turning some RPM. It's hard on these engines, Bill.
Unlike the Nextel Cup cars that will only turn about 7,500 RPMs, these trucks will turn about 8,700, 8,800 RPMs in a good draft.
And one of the other things that could happen, Kerry Earnhardt, because of aerodynamics, is not going to make it all the way around without help on this racetrack. You may wonder, why are we showing Daytona from 2004 and Carl Edwards winning that race? Well, it's because Carl Edwards is going to join us for the broadcast a little bit here today. Carl, now you won there at Daytona back in 2004. Are you feeling like, hey, I wish I was in this inaugural race at Talladega?
Well, I think I'm a lot like Mike. I'm glad to be watching right now. I know it's hard to be facing this direction. I want to watch what's going on out there. It's very exciting.
Well, and we'll let you do that, actually.
Okay,
let's turn around so we can see what's happening on the racetrack.
Yeah, it's really cool to be here. I mean, this is unreal. I mean, you know, these guys are, like I said, Bobby Hamilton Jr., Mikey was saying, led into turn one. Now he's running last. Mark Martin's falling back. Guys are trading spots back and forth. It's wild.
We're hearing a story out of the number 6 pit crew. What's going on down there, Ray?
Well, Mark Martin has something on the front of the grill, they believe, because the water temperature has gone crazy. You'd be okay at about 245. It went to 255, then 65, then 280, and now it's starting to drop back a little bit. But Mark went back in traffic to try to move in and out of a few trucks to see if he could get something to fall off of there. But he says right now it's not helping. So they're talking about pitting to come down to make sure they clean that grill off so he doesn't blow the thing up.
Man, that's tough for Mark. I know Roush engines, you know, those Roush H engines are they're great, and they obviously qualify well. It's tough to have to pull in for that. Might be a blessing, though, right?
Well, you never know. And Mark did have something low on his grill, which they'll clean it off here, and he'll get back into the action. The front pack is kind of strung out, Phil. But Ray, what's going to happen when he comes in?
Well, they're going to go to the front of the grill real quick, and they've got a brush ready. A couple of crew members, they're taking a look at it. It's a piece of tear off. Looks like it came off of a windshield, was on the lower section. Now, the top of the grill is completely closed off. That gives you good downforce. But on the bottom where they had an opening, it was a windshield tear off.
It's not a big problem for Mark Martin because he knows that, you know, most of these trucks aren't going to get lapped. I mean, it's going to be hard to get lapped. This is such a good, strong field that Mark is going to be in line. If he does get lapped, to get the lucky dog. And right now, he's about a third of a track ahead of these guys. So he's got a while before this pack will catch him. And catch him they will. They're going to be running so much faster in a draft than he can run by himself. If they run long enough before caution, they definitely will catch him.
They're liable to eat up 2 seconds a lap on him, Phil. It could be a matter of 5 laps, and they'll catch Mark Martin. He's a third of a track ahead, but man, things happen fast at Talladega when you get out of that draft. You lose a lot of ground.
Johnny Benson now leading the race. He led that last lap, meaning he got 5 bonus points, which Johnny is looking at the big picture. He is looking at a championship for the 2006 season.
Yeah, he's also looking at wanting to win this race, too, wanting to win this first race ever for the Truck Series at Talladega.
And he is so comfortable right now, Phil. He's got the lead. He doesn't have anybody challenging him. But you know what? Leading the race, even you're thinking, y'all stay back there. You can't. You keep worrying, even though you're leading.
Carl, tell us how much that Johnny's looking out the mirror right now. He's got Jack Sprague, the 60 truck, behind him. He's looking out the mirror as much as he is out the windshield.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the mirrors are so important here. And I know, you know, just from my experience leading in the trucks at Daytona, it's like, those guys behind him are doing a favor. They could pull out at any time and line up and go by him. It's just right now everybody's working together saying, all right, we'll stay in a line. We'll see if we can stay in front of this, you know, massive swarm of trucks. And as long as they do that, Johnny's going to be a happy guy.
That's why I say Johnny knows that. Johnny knows they could all drive around him. He's just saying, please don't. Let's keep this order for now. I like it.
And they will. Someone's going to pull out. It's going to be Jack Sprague or somebody behind Jack Sprague. It's inevitable that someone's going to pull out to try to take this lead over.
And Carl, what will happen a lot of times if the trucks behind Jack Sprague get a run and push him and he doesn't go out there to take the lead, the guys will go out there and leave him behind the leader and then pass them all. So sometimes you don't want to go outside and take the lead, but everybody's coming so fast, you know, if you don't get in that line, it's going to be too wide anyway.
Moving on the second line, we saw the 15 of Mike Wallace trying to bring the second line along as they are running about a half a lane up.
And they're black flagging the number 5 for no right side window. They've been looking for a while trying to figure out who didn't have their windshield or their right side window.
Yeah, NASCAR has required these trucks to run a right side window for aerodynamic purposes. That's Jeff Hensley right there. He's crew chief for Mike Skinner. You can see how upset he is, but NASCAR is going to black flag.
We got to wait till the next lap. You got to inside.
Mike's saying, I swear it's there. It's clear. It's real clean. It's there.
But we can tell on this angle whether it's in there or not. And Phil, it's gone.
It is gone. Absolutely gone right there.
Oh, man. That's too bad. That's tough luck.
And you know what'll be interesting to see how prepared that team is. Is there a spare one in the pit, or are they scurrying right now back to the truck to try to find one?
That's a great question.
Ray Dunlap.
I've got the answer for you, Mikey. They do have one, but it's not right here in the pits. So they ran to the truck, and the officials are here saying you must pit next time. Now, they just threw one over from the garage area, and they're about to unwrap it here and get it ready. So by the time Skinner gets here, they will be ready. Good hustle by the crew to get ready to fix that.
Now, that's a battle, isn't it, Mikey? As a team, you got to decide what parts you're going to bring out there. And it's like, you want to bring everything, but then the guys get tired of tearing down and carrying all that stuff week in and week out, because you never know when you need that one part.
And then Skinner's saying right now, I would come in, but I can't get over. And I don't want to cause a problem. So he's asking NASCAR to work with him, let him get into position to safely come to pit road.
Yep, he just got onto the inside line. Now, explain the importance of the right side window. Didn't they put this in after we saw so many trucks getting upside down at Daytona?
A couple of years ago, we saw a couple trucks get upside down. Rick Crawford was one. Chad Chapman was another one. So NASCAR, just like the next up cars and the Busch cars, put a right side window in that will try to help these trucks stay on the ground. It kills a little bit of the lift of these trucks get when they get sideways.
Right, Mikey's pointing at the screen there. What do you got? Mark Martin's a second slower.
2 seconds.
2 seconds.
2 seconds a lap slower.
You were correct on that.
They're going to eat him up in a hurry.
But he will be, he'll be the first guy lap down for a long time. If there's a caution, he'll be right back there. I don't think it'll.
Mark Martin just making his way through the tri-oval. The pack just coming up past the pit road entrance and now in the tri-oval. So as you mentioned, 2 seconds the difference. They're going to catch him in about probably 3 or 4 laps.
It just happens so fast. It's amazing, especially with these big old boxy trucks. It's amazing how fast they go when you put 2 of them together.
There you see Mike Skinner right there on your left. He's going to make his pit stop to put his side window in. And Carl tells us if you're running 185 miles an hour in the middle of 3 and 4, and you got to turn left and get down to 55 miles an hour on pit road, how difficult is that?
Yeah, that's tough. It's especially when you know that whole pack is out there running around 190 miles an hour or whatever. I mean, Mike, you know how it is. Mark Martin's in the boat right now where he might be going 185 miles an hour, but it feels like 35. He knows that pack's closing in on him.
I believe I might have put some duct tape on that window, Phil, when I put it in. It probably wasn't made specifically for that truck.
Yeah.
Thing might blow out again, then they'll be out of windows. Maybe took a little extra time, taped it up, and got in that battle with Mark Martin for that free pass that he's going to get.
Patience has worked out for Johnny Benson and Jack Sprague. They are still leading this field around Talladega Superspeedway. Thursday on Speed, the chase is on when NASCAR returns to Charlotte. Steve Burns and Carl Edwards keep you up to speed as the chase for the Nextel Cup Championship race is on. The chase is on Thursday night at a special time, 9 Eastern, 10 Pacific, only on Speed. Carl,
And
the chase is on, isn't it?
Yeah, if you can't be in the chase, being on the chase is on is the next best thing, that's for sure. It's a fun show. It's a fun show.
Ray Dunlap.
Hey, Rick, I'm down in Skinner's pit right here, and I just wanted to show you. Here's an extra side window that they've got ready to go in the truck if they needed to. Now, what they have is there's a little latch on the inside of here that snaps in so that there's a cord that the driver could pull to throw this thing loose and get it out of the truck if they ever were in an emergency and needed to go out the right side. Now, this one doesn't have the latch in, but in some of these things, if that latch is just a little bit loose and the truck's vibrating, and that comes loose and this is vibrating, away goes the window, and that's what they think happened to Mike Skinner. Hermie?
As Bobby Hamilton Jr., as we saw, led into turn 1. Now he's at the back of the pack, but not totally by strategy. Bobby's truck is very, very loose. He fell to the back to keep from wrecking the truck. Good thing he has teammates. They have asked the 04 and the 4 of his teammates to drop to the back of the pack to help him try to catch up. So far, they're not having much success. As far as Jack Sprague is concerned, no news is good news. He's not opened his mouth since the drop of the green flag, which normally means the driver's happy. Krista?
Well, somebody who is opening their mouth, the spotters, they are working overtime already. You know, this is like watching a ping pong game on Red Bull. It's so hard to keep up with where everyone is. They're bouncing back and forth. Todd Bodine was running 4th. He had dropped back to 5th. His spotter said, help is coming. Help in the form of Ron Hornaday. Ron Hornaday came up, gave him a little push. Todd Bodine back up to 4th. The only problem they're having right now, our points leader, is their truck is running just a little bit hot. They will try to cool it off when they come in. Right now, Todd Bodine currently running 4th.
As we watch Johnny Benson, the 23 leading, Mark Martin is now 1 lap down. You see him third in line. That's the 6 truck. He came out of the pits, and when the pack caught him, he jumped up beside of Mike Skinner, got in front of Johnny Benson. Johnny followed him for a number of laps. Now he has gotten by him, but Mark's still in great position right now to be the first car 1 lap down, but we're going to have a caution flag to get to Lucky Dog.
And I think that's inevitable. That's going to happen. You know what? We're going to see a trend, Rick. Every week, Johnny Benson has Todd Bodine behind him. And that's the case right now. And that's why he's been able to eat into that point lead. And that's why this championship battle is far from over.
One of the things I think we've really got to look at right now, and we may have a caution coming out here. I was just going to mention, we are more than halfway through a fuel run. The possibility exists we could go for green flag pit stops here at Talladega in the first ever race. We look back at the 40.
We've seen a couple of...
left rear out, I think.
Yeah, see there, and there's debris everywhere. I'd say that'll bring out that caution flag, Rick. Maybe those banks are so steep, though, maybe we'll get it all off the bank, but I don't know.
Caution just came out here at Talladega, the first one. It happens at lap 23.
He did a good job of saving that, huh?
He really
Tires
did.
coming apart.
That thing
Sideways.
blew the whole fender off. You know how violent that is.
That should give Mark Martin the lucky dog. Will put him right back in the hunt.
That worked out for that Scott's Ford there.
Yeah, and you know what? I said last race that Mark Martin didn't even know what a lucky dog was, and now he's got his second one. And so I guarantee he understands what an Aaron's lucky dog is now.
And he likes the lucky dog thing now.
He does. He's okay with it. Look.
Now, Derek,
it's official. The Aaron's lucky dog goes to Mark Martin in the number 6. He will get his lap back and be on the lead lap.
And that'll put Skinner in line for the next Aaron's lucky dog.
Will Derek Cope be leading the race after this pit stop?
No, because he'll have to be pitted too early.
No.
Again, Mark Martin was a lap down. He had problems earlier. They were worried about the truck overheating. They came in. It was actually a tear off that was on the front of the grill.
And I heard him talking back and forth with the team there about water pressure. Maybe he feels like he lost enough water.
Right, yeah, with the way our route systems work, that's the first thing they ask you anytime you blow out water, to watch that water pressure to indicate how much water's in it.
Come back and we'll put water in, okay?
Yeah, that's Mike Beam right there.
Yeah.
And there's really nothing to lose.
We got to get fuel the first time. We got to get tires and fuel the first time, then come back and let's put some water in.
The fact that they got the lucky dog, they will have to restart this race from the tail end of the longest line, so he has absolutely nothing to lose to come in, take a little extra time, make sure that thing's full of water, and he should be good to go.
And that's cool. It worked out well for Mark and the Scott's team, Mike Beam. I talked to Mark a little bit about this deal this week, and he loves racing with Mike Beam. He loves doing it with that team. They do a great job. Keeping them calm. That's cool.
And one of the good things for Mark Martin is we've seen it happen before where you can start or you can restart in the back of this field and make it all the way up to the front, because a guy like Brendan Gaughan started in 34th. He made it all the way up into the top 10. Now he's dropped back just a bit, but that's one of those drivers, you can do it at a super speedway.
Rick, you see that number 16 truck on the right hand of your screen? That's Mike Bliss. He elected to make some changes after qualifying, had to go to the tail end of the field. He's running 4th. He started almost last.
Well, it's like Mikey said, you can drive anywhere on the racetrack. You can put the car anywhere you want. That's pretty amazing.
You just want to try to figure out when you want to do it. Do you fight to stay right at the front? Because we've seen Mark Martin, fastest truck here, he couldn't stay in the front.
Well, and Bobby Hamilton Jr. started the race and tried to get out in front, was out in front for about, maybe 2 miles, but then dropped back and now has dropped all the way to the back. Let's go down pit road and Chris DeVoto.
Todd Bodine is in. They are making a 4-tire stop and putting a full load of fuel in. This is very big pit strategy because they know they're going to drop back. A lot of teams are just taking 2. They are taking 4 because Todd has felt a vibration for the last 15 laps. He said, boys, I'm not going to worry. I've got the best pit crew on pit road. I'm taking 4 and we're going to get back up. Hermie.
Jack Sprague is in for 4 tires and fuel. He likes the way the truck driving, a little bit tight from the center off, so an air pressure adjustment only for Jack Sprague. He loves his truck. Ray?
How about the 23 of Johnny Benson? They had made the decision right sides only, so they only took 2 tires, got plenty of fuel in it, and JB back to the racetrack. So differing strategies down here on pit road.
Pit strategy playing into who comes out in front of the field. Johnny Benson, only right side tires. Derek Cope causing our first caution of the day. The right rear tire blows. Wednesday night, passion and titles go on the line in a best of 3 out of 5 showdown. Settle on the quarter mile. It's a duel between heart and horsepower. Lose the race, lose your ride. Don't miss Pink's beginning Wednesday.